Good morning, everyone, and welcome to AGIS Mentor Hub. It's an initiative by Sri Amaya Public Charitable Trust. It is a trust which has group of institutions like AIMSA, Aditya Institute of Management Studies and Research, Aditya College of Architecture, and Aditya College of Design Studies. Under AGI Mentor Hub, we provide three levels of training pattern. At level 1, where we introduce you to different career opportunities available in the industry. At level 2, we connect you with industry experts who would like to speak to you on different specialization of career you like to join. And at level 3, we will introduce you to subject expert where we will give you free training session on which specialization to choose. So before starting the webinar, I will request all the participants to not keep their mic on mute and webcam off throughout the session. And if they have any queries, they can ask that on chat box mentioned below. Please welcome our today's speaker, Chandni Sharma, who is going to share her expertise on future of interior design. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Nikhil, for inviting me here. It's a pleasure to actually be a part of Aditya Group of Institute and also to be a part of this webinar. My name is Chandni Sharma and I am an interior designer and founder of Srijan Interiors. I started my career in 2010 from Bangalore. I was working in Bangalore earlier. Then I came back to Jaipur. So Jaipur being a city rich in culture and art, I was always very fascinated by it, and I decided to continue my career in Jaipur itself. So I came back to Jaipur. I worked with one of the most leading architects of Jaipur and worked on various wonderful projects with them. And after that, in 2016, I started my own practice. Thankfully, it's working out really well. So, since today's topic is future of interior design, I would like to address a couple of pointers on it with the help of the small presentation. So, let me start with it. So, as you see, I have worked on various residential, commercial, hospitality, and institutional interior space design. So, as we move forward, we will understand how are we dividing these spaces in these four parts. So residential is homes and like houses. Commercial are mostly commercial complexes, offices. Hospitality has hotel, restaurants, and institutionals are colleges, schools, or airport, and all of those also are part of institutional interior space design. So, when is the need of an interior designer? So, mostly what happens is people talk to an interior designer or hire an interior designer once the structure is completed. So, this is very important that as designers, we need to enlighten people that need of an interior designer starts from the basic thought of your own space. जैसे आप सोचो कि you want to purchase a land or you want to hire an architect to start the construction, or you want to do some landscaping, or you want to buy some furniture and set it up in your space. So just as soon as the person gets that thought, I think they should approach an interior designer so that there is always a sync between your thoughts and the designer and other teams who are working on this particular project. So, of course, that is very important. Another thing is, what does an interior designer do? So, as an interior designer in past 11 years, what I have learned is that the house is constructed. You can go out and you can get all the modular furniture and everything. But most important is what you need where and how it needs to be placed so that your life is simple. You don't have to actually mingle through lots of things, and your spaces are so well organized that you save a lot of your time. That is what we designers have to actually look forward for. So we simplify the lifestyle of our client. We have to make their space look more functional and organized. And of course, we have to be very updated with the trends. Trends keep changing. Sometimes we have to know what are the colors which are more important. So, like Asian Paints have color trends, and every year they launch the latest color. In fact, the slide which I have prepared is on the latest the color of the year 2020 launched by Asian Paints. So yeah, so we have to actually be updated with those things, and we have to educate our client about these things so that they can make sure that all these things are there in their own spaces. So it's a responsibility as a consultant to educate our clients. So one point is, what does an interior designer do? So these are the major points which I have covered. Now, if we get into the detail of it, it's very important that uh, when we talk about the future of interior designer, we have to make sure that we now get modular. We make our clients' spaces look very modular. So the space has to be organized. It has to have all the latest hardwares and fittings, and it has to be very neat and tidy. Any day, some things are quite expensive and unaffordable for as per the client's budget, which we have to take care of. But otherwise, there are various ranges available, and it's value for money. If we educate the client that whatever modular equipment or hardware we are putting, they are going to last longer compared to also it. And I'm sure a client will try to understand all these points. If we so it's very similar to getting modular. It's about if you see earlier what happened. Let's talk about the latest topic, which is COVID-19. So one thing which we have learned during COVID is that we have to uh, uh, we have to maintain social distancing, and we have to visit least of public spaces and spaces which are not really the necessity. So let's about hotel industry. Whenever we go to a hotel, what we have to do? We go there for comfort. Whenever we go to a salon or spa or anywhere, we look for comfort. We want to make a call and just say that we need this thing, and it will be there at the uh, doorstep. Same thing is about automation. In automation, things are all at our fingertips. We just have to click a button, and if we want it's late in the night and now we want to just read a book, and we want to maintain some particular temperature of air conditioner so that we don't have to bother with the cooling temperature of the room. So what we have to do, we just have to click a button, and at the click of that button, our lights will be turned off, reading light will be on, the AC temperature will be set at particular number, and the whole space will start working for that. So we actually have to look for these options, and we have to have a good market research in order to make sure that the client understand all these topics. So of course, getting automated is getting multitasking done, and lifestyle upgradation. Whenever a client is moving into a new house, the most important thing for the client is that whatever was my life before moving into that house, I want to upgrade it by moving into the new house. In the new house, they want bigger things, better things. So why not get automated? Of course, we have to look for the right budget. What is the budget of our client, and accordingly we have to propose them. Then another thing is quality over quantity. So until now, we used to store thousands of things in our spaces that we might need it in the future. But now I think it's time that we get towards minimalism, which is very important. We have things only which we can maintain. We have things only which are good and reliable and are going to stay with us for a very long time, which are going to serve us for a long time. We don't want to store things which will stay with us for a couple of months and then go bad and we have to throw it, because now that everyone is working and the house help is not very easily available, we have to make sure that we actually work on the quality, so that we don't have a lot of maintenance and hassle, and we don't have lots of heavy and flashy things. And one thing which is very important is, instead of having rooms everywhere back to back, we have to have a green area. Maybe a living space is smaller, but please try and develop a garden either in front of the house or in the back of the house, where you can have some green herbs growing for your kitchen. You can have a small kitchen garden. You can have some grass on which you can walk in the evening and you can have your coffee and enjoy. And of course, your space has to be well ventilated and well lit, so that your health is uh, also improving because of all that. These are the pointers which are very important for a designer to understand and later on educate the client accordingly. And as I have seen, clients these days have become very particular about their health and hygiene. So of course they'll consider it. Having a puja room or a meditation room, because lots of people are now going back to the age-old formulas where they want to eat herbal, drink herbal, they want to go natural, organic, meditate, yoga. So we actually have to follow up these things, what's latest in the market, and work accordingly. So yeah, that was all that I really wanted to share as a designer, as a theory. And as we'll be moving forward, I would like to talk about a couple of projects which I have done and how I have actually incorporated all those pointers into my spaces. So, as I said, that I have done residential, commercial, hospitality, and institutional projects. This is one of the institutional projects. It is a design college, my own design college, where I've studied Arts College of Design. So this is the reception area. Their brief was that we need a lot of display spaces for our students to display their design work. So as you see, we kept the space very minimalist. We have given all walls white and a little bit of touch of gray and natural rubber wood. We didn't even make the rubber wood look very heavy. So this is the reception table, which is my personal favorite, which we have designed. And we made sure we give them a lot of plain blank walls where they can put colorful visuals of their students' work, and we gave them lots of shelves where they can put in their students' work. And this is a counseling room where again we kept it very minimalist so that they can put on the visuals of their courses and curriculum. uh, this is a very interesting part where, if you see, they had their air condition. This is the before image and this is the after image. If you see, so the before image has the air conditioner. This is a student entrance. So they had a separate visitor and a student entrance. So at this and student entrance, there was a AC outdoor unit and a exposed pipe, and there was a bucket in which the pipe was going, drain pipe was going, and they had to, in summer time or in rainy season when it was too humid, they had to keep replacing the bucket. So what we did is we actually gave them a solution where we core cut the wall and inserted all the drain pipes inside, and of course we made the wall gray and we painted the AC unit also in gray, so that it gets flushed with the whole wall. And their existing window frames are also black, So, the gray and black would give a very good combination instead of how window frames are popping out right now in the previous image that we saw. Another thing, if you see over here, we made this whole frame where we concealed all the AC units within, and we had let the frame be in its original form, so that there's, because this is a design institute, so maybe students can pay later on, once the original black color goes off, they can paint it on their own. So student can do some kind of artwork. We wanted the students' work to be displayed, and we kept everything very minimalist. And over here also, if you see, we had painted the AC units gray and put some green part. One very interesting thing that I would like to share is, this is their existing building, and they had this slight angular wall on the architecture of it. So this is the main entrance. As soon as you enter the entry gate, this is what you see. So now let's go back to the previous image of reception. We made sure that we apparently make a combination of entering into the main gate and entering into the reception. So whenever visitor is entering the main gate and then the reception, they can always relate to the angles and the geometry. So we gave this slight angle to the reception table, so that it can become a light element, as well as it can people can correlate it with the existing geometry. So as a designer, it's very important that we make the sync between the architecture and interior of any space. And since this was a renovation project and this structure was already there, so I have used their existing geometry in my spaces. And again, so this is the view from the visitor entry. So you can see the slight angle on the reception table. And we had made this artwork that you see, so students have done this artwork. So we had left this one wall for students to paint, and that is how, student can also relate to the space whenever they are moving around. And these are some blocks, hand printed blocks. So so we actually got old blocks which were kept useless with this guy who was into block printing. Therefore, being hub of block printing, there were many factories who have idle blocks lying down. So we took these old blocks in a rate of kilos, and we had actually put it spread it at various places around campus. So yeah, so that was the institutional project. This is a residential project which I have done. It's flat. It's a small flat, 3 BHK. So this is a TV cabinet, and this is a small screen, because they had a huge opening between living and dining, and they did not want guests to actually see while somebody is eating on the dining table and there's a guest sitting in the drawing room. They did not want 100% visibility, but they did not want to block it with a wall. So we created the screen which could like cover up the vision of person eating. Still, it would not give you the blocked feeling. This is a bedroom of one of her daughter of the same client. So this particular wallpaper had some leafy motifs on it. So we picked up the leafy motif of the wallpaper, and we had put the same motif in our glass. So we created that same design in our glass. So as I said, that you have to create relation between various elements. You just can't have 10 things going around within one space. You have to bind it all together. So that's what we have done over here. Like, I'll just show you one very small detail. It might not be very clearly visible, but this particular handle has a slight diagonal in it. So what we have done is, when we have put mirror in the dress room, we had given this small diagonal even in the mirror. So, it could relate with the geometry of the handle. So these smaller things make a lot of difference. This is one of my favorite bedroom design which I've done for this client of mine. So he's into automation and he is very much updated with the latest trends and technologies. So we had, of course, incorporated a lot of automation within this room. Like the window curtains are actually automated. So you just need to click a button and they'll go up and down. The lights are all automated. And the best part about this room is that we don't have any heaviness happening on the eye level. So everything at the eye level is very toned down, white, and very light in color. And we have used a lot of wood at the base. We have given wooden flooring because wood actually makes the space look very rich. So we have used the wood, but not at the eye level. We have used it at the floor level so that there's always a balance between the heaviness and the softness. And as soon as you enter the space, you don't actually feel that heaviness on your head. And when you're sitting on the bed, you don't feel very heavy. Yeah, so these are two examples of a kitchen where we have again used all modular hardwares and fittings. This one is a dark color scheme. This one is a light color scheme, again based on client taste. And another reason was this one was very less ventilated and lit up space in terms of natural light, and it was on ground floor. Whereas this one was on fourth floor of a building and was well ventilated. So we could afford to actually use dark colors in the first image. These are some examples of living rooms. So as you see, there are some ethnic traditional designs and there are some modern flat interiors. So the ethnic ones you see are independent villas. So, since apartments and flats have very small spaces, we don't really have to make it look very heavy by giving curves and carving, because otherwise, carvings and curves need lot of space, and it's always visible from far. Those curves and carvings, very difficult to appreciate it when we are very close to them. They look beautiful when we watch them from a distance. So that is why we have used this formula of not giving a very heavy and carved furniture within a flat, and we have used it only in independent villas. These are some wardrobes. So again, very interestingly, what we had done is we have not given any handle in both of the wardrobes. So this is a daughter bedroom where we have used a sliding door, and we have used this very beautiful mic laminate, so that she really loved graffiti. So I've used a graffiti laminate on bits and pieces, so that she can cherish her bedroom and have a very personalized look of it. And this one is a guest bedroom, the second image. So we have used a little bit of carving panel and used that itself as a handle, so that it become a design element for that particular bedroom. These are some bathrooms. So the first one is a powder bathroom. We don't have a shower in it, so mirror. Using mirror is my personal favorite, because what I believe is that mirror makes a space look wider and bigger. And of course, as per Vastu, mirror has very important significance. So north wall and east wall should have mirror as per Vastu. So we have utilized both the walls, north and east, and given mirror on it, so that as soon as a guest enter it, they get a really good vibe of entering into a mirrored house. The second one is a bathroom of young couples. So we have given them a lot of spaces to display plants and small products. So yeah, and we have given them a very big mirror and a counter so that they can have a good experience of entering into that space. So this is a hospitality project. It's an ice cream cafe which I have done within Jaipur itself. So basically, it's Ice Craft Cafe, which is a Mumbai-based cafe chain, and they had come up with the outlet in Jaipur, and their color scheme was white, blue, and gray. So we had to make sure that we use the blue color scheme, but we didn't want to make it look very heavy and jazzy. Because if you see the blue color, it's very vibrant, but it's very important how we are balancing it with other colors. So again, if you see, we have used a lot of mirror within this space as well. These are mirror in strip form, and there is a light hanging. So when the light is reflected within the mirror, so that way you will have it will double up the light, and it has very beautiful reflection on the floor if you see. And so these are the only two patches where we have used the blue, and rest all space we have kept it very light white, gray, and of course we have used little bit of light wood color at certain spaces. And if you see this, there is hardly any blue in these two images, and we have used very light colors to actually balance it out. This is office space. It would fall into commercial category. So this is an MD cabin where we have used a little bit of brown to make it look very rich. This one is a small waiting area. So this was the office of a jeweler. So what we have done is in waiting area, we have given them these display spaces. So, they can put their jewelry products so that while people are waiting, they can get entertained with that. And we have used a little bit of orange to give the little bit of punch to the whole space, which was very neutral looking. This is the designer's cabin. So he like white color, cream color. So we made sure that we make his cabin as per his choice. And we use this red light to add a little bit of color to the space. And we use this very beautiful painting. Matching with the red light, we made sure that we get something in red. So this has a red flower to it. So, these small things actually add a lot of difference in your space. These are some 3D views which we have done for a client. This is actually an ongoing project uh, in Jaipur itself. So these are some 3D views. Again, as I said, at the eye level, things have to be very less complex and very light, and maybe on the floor level, we can have darker colors going on so that it doesn't look very heavy. This is the TV cabinet for the similar bedroom. This is another bedroom of the same house. So this is a son bedroom, and he really likes gray and black color, gray, white, and black. So we made sure we give him the bedroom of his choice, and he's very sporty, and he likes playing games, and he likes straight lines. He doesn't like curves and all. So we have given him that kind of look. And as you see, there is a mirror strip running right in the center. So as I said, using lot of mirror will make a space look very bright, and it will just add a very different flavor to the space. So we have tried to do the same for this particular room. This is a TV unit for that particular room, and we have given him space to keep his PlayStation and stuff. We've given him quite a big counter for all his gadgets. This is a dining room for another client. And if you see, this particular theme is quite ethnic and traditional. So this is an old house where we have done all the drawing, dining, and entrance. We redid the whole space. So we have to make sure we match the interiors of this particular room with the overall house. So since the house was a little ethnic looking, we gave them a little traditional interiors even in the dining room. So yeah, we believe design is not for luxury but for lifestyle. So it's very important that we explain this particular concept to the client as designers, that you will improve your lifestyle, the luxury will follow. But as designers, what we should look forward for is to improve the lifestyle of our client. So yeah, that is it from my side, Nikhil. Thank you so much. Any question which I could address, or anything particularly which you would like to ask?
Thank you, Chandi ma'am, for the wonderful session we have today. It was very informative. Uh, Thank you. Students, if you
Thank you
have,
so much, Nikhil.
can raise that in our WhatsApp or email also. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Nikhil. Thank you so much for having me here.
Sure.